Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a Krang Utrom Warlord combo reanimator budget deck with just 4 mythics using Krang, which is a 9/9 flying trample, indestructible haste, and gives all your artifact creatures those abilities too. So we've got some artifact creatures here that can help reanimate it, such as the Data Scrubber, which connives, draw and discard a card, and also the Splitskin Doll, which draws and discards a card. And we've got the Wreckage Wickerfolk, which surveils, can hopefully hit the Krang, put it in the yard, and then we are reanimating it with Rite of the Moth, with Zombify, or even with Tune Up, because it is a artifact. And so we can kind of play 11 copies of our reanimation spell. Pretty consistently draw this in our opening hand or within the first couple turns. Have one of these to get the Krang back. And then we also have some removal, Bitter Triumph, which is nice because you can discard Krang if you have it. The Hex, which is just very efficient removal. And then ways to get it in the yard, the Wickerfolk, of course, and the Doll, and the Scrubber, but also the Cynical Loner, which when it's tapped during your second main phase, you can search your library for any card, put it in the graveyard. So you can find the Krang, put it there, or find a Rite of the Moth, put it in there for the flashback. And we got the Springleaf Drum. This enables actually a turn 3 Krang to come into play. Turn 1 Leaf Drum, and then the Cynical Loner, or the Doll, or the Wickerfolk, if you are able to put the Krang into the yard, which is very easy with the Cynical Loner and Springleaf Drum because you can tap it right away. Then turn 3, you can tap the same creature, get another mana, play one of these, and then return the Krang on turn 3, and hopefully win the game from there. So that is kind of the idea of the deck. That's the budget Krang combo. Let's jump to the games and see it in action. A huge thank you to all my viewers who have joined my channel membership. I really appreciate all the support. Members get badges, emotes, and early access to all my videos. Click the link in the description below the video to join and get these perks today. Alright, opponent goes first. And it's not very good. Doesn't have white mana, has 2 drums. No way to get Krang. I think I'll just mulligan this. This is decent. Well. We have the Doll to discard the Krang. We'll just keep that, this. So it's the Hex or the Loner, and I don't actually need the Loner because I have a way to get the Krang in the board. I don't know what I'm playing though. Okay, glad I kept the Hex here. Okay, so let's just hold it up. See what they do if they play like a hasty drop. Oh, there we go. Happy that I saved this to take it out. Card is very good once they get going though. So scary nonetheless. Alright, we'll go Doll here. And discard the... hit our land drops. That could be rough here. Don't. See what they have. This could... I mean, I can trade here, right? Oh no. Menace. Okay, this pings with mana value 3 less. Fair enough. Can't block, so I take the 1 again. And the 3 speed. I have a few cards that play. Ooh, land was an excellent draw. Yep. So let's try to find another one. Take this shot here. It might have like shock or some sort of damage spell. This does block that well though. Alright, so oof. Definitely that goes in the bin. Your Triumph. It's not a bad draw, but really want to hit a land, so I think it's okay to get rid of it. And no attacks is fine. Okay, no shock or burst lightning. End of turns, that's okay. Worth land for them. 3 cards, and they can use this. Give something haste. Yeah, well, we'll have a Krang if... ooh. That can do a lot of pinging. A lot of damage. Alright, ooh, we hit the land, so let's go Krang. Here, for sure. Get that down. Kind of do the play where we just swing in with Krang and then play. Because these are indestructible now. We'll hold them back. Block. And just swing in the air. Plan to swing in the air for the win next. Unless they have an answer to the Krang. I guess they could bounce it. They have a blue source and a Viper. But no blue source, and we should be good to go here. I mean, it's a scary card. Do a lot of damage. But I think we're in the clear. Let's see what they do. Didn't cast the Rite of the Moth because of the double bolts. But yeah, that guy's indestructible. Yep. Krang. Bolt wave to the face. Swing with everything. Good enough. Probably just don't fuck with it. But yeah. We got them in the air and no cards in hand, so GG. Nice. On to the next one. Okay, going first. Yeah, this hand looks pretty good. Need to draw some more lands, but looks pretty good here. We'll lead with Swamp and hold up the Hex. And we can get the Loner down, potentially. Take that out. Or we can do Triumph, discard Krang. Land is a good draw. Because I don't have a play on turn 3 yet, I'm just going to play this on 2, and this will be on 3 probably. Yeah. There's the Cub. Take that out. Hopefully hit my 4th land drop. Ooh, don't think I can afford to play this. Unless he blocks for some reason. It's so unlikely, but we can still see if that happens. We'll see. Could be some consideration of blocking. I would prefer if they do, because I have a way of getting the Krang in the graveyard already. Oh, okay. Take action. Put one here. And yeah, I mean, I don't have to do anything, but the reason I want to do this is because of hitting a land drop. But stopping at Badgermole Cub, I think, is definitely worth it here, so let's do it. Alright, only 3. Alright, missed the land drop, but let me get this thing down. I'm not going to attack because they'll just, I can remove one from the graveyard, might as well. And we'll target, actually, yeah, if we target this, I can attack. Okay, we'll discard this. And swing for 4, I think. Well, alright. And then let's take action. Let's put Rite of the Moth in the grave in case that's necessary. Play the land. Should be okay, I think. We got Krang coming in next turn. And that'll give this flying. Okay. Haven't seen that card being played much lately, but that does let them put something into play. A 4 is a wagon. Okay. Well, I think they're just 9 plus. Yeah, this is just game over, right? All right. Sweet, sweet. On to the next one. Okay, so voiceover for this game here. Decent opening hand. There's no Krang in the opening hand or a way to get it in the yard, but we got both our colors. We got a reanimation spell. We've got a decent curve, some interaction, and we have some card draw with the doll and the data scrubber. So I think we're going to keep this. Again, we just need to hit a Krang here. That is the most important thing. Drawing multiple rights, not that useful. So decide to, I think, get rid of one of them here. A third land is good. Helps us hit to our data scrubber next. But looks like we're up against some sort of artifact deck, which is a manufacturing token sort of artifact strategy, it looks like. And the extruder is going to come down and give them a token and take out our doll. Now, I'm not too concerned about that. The main thing is thinking about if they have an answer to a Krang or not. We draw the Loner. Decide to play that because that card is useful only when you can attack with it, basically, and the best chance of us attacking with it is as early as possible. Now, they are going to actually let us swing with this, which is kind of surprising because this will get the Krang into the yard for us and do 3 damage. So that was nice. They could have used the extruder to sacrifice one of their tokens, but regardless, we're going to play this data scrubber. Not going to exile anything from a graveyard, but we are going to decide if we want to connive onto the scrubber or the loner. Kind of an interesting choice. This scrubber could potentially have indestructible. Going to get rid of the hex because it doesn't seem like they have any small creatures that will ever target. And getting up to 2 toughness on the scrubber here. Again, we're just trying to reanimate Krang and see if they have an answer. That's basically our hope. Is just it'll take us all the way because all of our smaller creatures they can very easily answer with these tokens that they have out. Eventually, they may start targeting us with those tokens and get a clock going. But Krang would be a faster clock. So we have the Rite of the Moth ready for next turn. There's some concern with blue mana, like do they have a counter spell up or any way to interact with our graveyard? That is something to consider, but they're just going to sacrifice the relic here to draw some more. Also, the relic itself can put stun counter, so that was something to think about. But the Rite of the Moth gets the Krang and swings on in for 9. So this is threatening lethal for them. Next turn, they have to answer this, and nothing on board does that because of its indestructibility, but they do draw the Dusk Rose Reliquary, which can exile it. So exile removal is unfortunate. So we need to find a way to get another Krang into play. Now we do have the Bitter Triumph to discard 1 and then a Rite of the Moth to get it back, but it will take 2 turns essentially to do that. So yeah, that's our plan basically, is to reanimate another one. They do play the Simulacrum Synthesizer and going to put us on a clock for sure. Now, we have options here. We can use the Hex to take out the token, or we can just play out this Cynical Loner. Just using all my mana here is mainly the reason to do this now. We know this is just going to eat, basically, one of their munition tokens, and it's not long for this world, basically. But 2 damage less to our face. There's some concern if they could even win this turn because they have 6 damage there, plus potentially more munition tokens they can sacrifice. We'll see what they end up doing, but got the synthesizer as well. No way to give haste to anything. So we're thinking we probably have another turn. we don't know if they will have an answer to the Krang. So far, it seems everything they do is sorcery speed, and because we're going to reanimate it on our turn, then that is the hope that they just have no way to interact. There's some thought here where I just take the damage and I don't even discard it or show them that I have the Krang. But I decide to, I guess, play it a little safer and take 3 less damage here. It is risky if they have a way to get rid of something in the graveyard. And this carrot cake I also am worried about because it can gain them life. And we're really just trying to one-shot them next turn with the Krang. However, they use the extruder to sacrifice the carrot cake, which does give them another token and gives them, 2 tokens essentially. But if they had gone up to 11 life, that would have given them another turn and maybe would have won the game. So hard to say, but they tap out, and we are just basically free to win the game here with Rite of the Moth and Krang and swing for 9. So got a little lucky this one. Very close game either way, but got there in the end. So sweet, and on to the next one. Okay, voiceover for this game. We got a pretty good opening hand here. Keep the 7. We got this Hex, which can answer either the Sanctifier or something else. Looks like we're up against a life gain deck, most likely. Yep, and there's a case. So that kind of confirms they're a life gain deck. Now, do we want to use this on the Sanctifier or on the Hawk? Kind of want to use all our mana here because I definitely want to play one of our 2 drops next turn. So decided to just go for it on the Sanctifier and take that out. So the Hawk comes in, they gain the life, and now we can play our Doll here, which is nice because it draws and we'll get the Krang into the yard here. So all we really need is a reanimation spell, and we will be in good shape. On track for a turn 4 Krang with some interaction. Another Hex is also nice because it can serve as a good answer to any other creatures, especially this Leo that they sneak in here. Gain a life, put the counter on it, hit for 2 and gain 2. Play another Healer Hawk. So their board looks pretty good right now, but this Hex is a really good pickup for us as well. So we got the Loner here, and I think I just swing in here. Might as well attack for a couple damage. Not going to be using that Doll to block because we are planning on hexing the Leo next turn and can't block the Hawk anyways, so might as well swing. See what else they have on turn 4. Now, something to consider is their life total. They're at 23. There is the ley line, which they do have. If their life gets above 27, that can definitely give them a boost. But again, this Hex is very key to maintaining a good board position here. They go up to 25, and we draw another removal spell. So we can swing in, and we do. This will trigger the Loner to survival in, and now we're going to choose the Rite of the Moth because if we get up to 6 mana, that we can use to get the Krang into play. And opponent is going to play a Zoraline here, which again is a good thing we drew this Bitter Triumph because that's a very easy answer. It also lets us discard this other Krang if we so choose, which I think I decided that's the correct thing to do because the Krang in our hand is really not doing anything. Probably not going to get up to 9 mana to hard cast it, so best to take that out and just see what we draw next turn. Again, we could get up to 6 lands and reanimate, but just drawing the Rite of the Moth is pretty good. We get the Krang into play, can swing for a huge attack here, puts them down to 10, and they just give up, I guess. All right, well, GG. On to the next one. Okay, going first. This hand looks pretty decent. Need another Womp to play the Rite of the Moth, though. So something to keep in mind. And a lot of planes. I'm going to go with the Loner here just to give it a good chance of being able to connect if I Bitter Triumph. Could have an answer to it. village. Now, drawing planes is a little awkward here because of the Rite of the Moth, but you know, we have a decent chance of. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Let's see. Another Bitter Triumph, but we can't even target this because of the word, so lead with the doll. Discard one of the planes. Probably. Yeah. Play the drum, so that gives us the ability to reanimate, but we don't have the Krang and the guard, so we're gonna have to try to triumph their guy and get our loner back potentially. Swing in. Get the Krang. Alright, if we get the loner back, we could just use the Springleaf Drum, tap it too. And then bounce it back. What they do here? Essence Chandler. Okay. Going on in. Okay, and then I do feel like I want to discard the land to save the life. If I do this now and I take this out now, I get this back, then I can use the drum to put it into the graveyard now. So I think that's my play. Pay the life. Go here. This. Okay, that resolves. We get this back, and now can I stop at attackers? Let some stops so I can tap this. And I guess I should attack or not attack. At 13. 24. Is it gonna could gain life, so maybe I will attack. And then make sure I tap that. Can't use them, but I just ability will trigger. Okay, hit ability triggers, take action, Krang in the yard. All right. So next turn we'll have a Krang. Okay. Draw land, then we can do Krang plus Bitter Triumph. Possibly I wanted to hold back, but if they can gain life before combat, there's which they definitely will want. All right, it's gonna be an interesting game. The land is actually land, and I will hold this back. Tap this. So this and this. Get the Krang going. I'm at 9 life. I could hold this back, the Krang to block. What do I get with this though? Another Krang? Probably. Well, unless they have a way to remove. What do I have in the group? They do have another Rite of the Moth, which could return something. Tough decisions here. At 9 life though. This can block one of these, take a big hit. This would put them down. I think I'm just gonna hold it back. If I can. Something. Do I want another Krang? Could get like a data scrubber and bring that back. Like the Wickerfolk. That back. Or even put another Krang in case they have a way to remove it, but I feel like I have to way to just probably gonna lose, so I'll go with the death. But this will hopefully disincentivize them from attacking this turn, and then if I can untap and get some sort of presence of indestructible blockers and Krang, that would be it. Can't even flash this back. And I guess depending on what I draw, I could even try the right. But I don't know. Interesting game. Sure. Gonna draw them all. I was hoping to try to Bitter Triumph could help in that regard. Still only access to 5 mana. Could do this plus this. The doll will draw me a card. Will be sort of a indestructible flyer. Okay. That's a decent one. Definitely need to take out this before they gain it life. Just discard this. Either. Or this. I kind of feel like I want to discard a card, not life. Just the that out. Now, do I want for any reason? Just having it back as a blocker is better. Do I swing with Krang? Still, they have one. Close call. Swing. Am I can make a block there? Not really, actually. Don't have. Swing. Put them on a clock. That's the. I think. As long as they don't draw another Sheltered by Ghost. We're in decent shape here. But if they do, then Krang is an interesting one. A very good card, but against decks that oh well. That is what I just said. So yeah, that should probably. I could have hedged against that by putting another card. Probably should have done. Oh yeah, they just double strike and flop.
There is always hope.
Yep.
Let your soul guide your hand.
Alright, welcome back to the wrap-up for the Krang Reanimator budget combo. This one was pretty decent. I had about a 50% win rate, give or take. A game or two on the ranked ladder with this. Which is okay for a budget deck. Definitely some improvements that could be made if you have more rares, especially in the mana base. Pretty easy to upgrade that with any of these, the Concealed Courtyard, the Verge, or the Godless Shrine. Just replace basics with those. I think that would improve the consistency of the mana base. The other thing I was thinking is, probably the weakest card is this Wickerfolk. Probably don't need this card that much. Just having another good reanimator target, such as Arden, I think would be pretty good. If you have any of these or any rares that you want to spend on Arden, would be nice. Then you can reanimate them with Zombify or Rite of the Moth. But just having another pretty powerful reanimation target that you could get back on turn 3 or turn 4 potentially, such as Arden, I think would be a good upgrade for the deck as well. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other ideas for this one. Really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.